Welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today we're going to be doing a video about Churchill Capital. Before I start the video, guys, please make sure to leave a like on the video below. Subscribe to the channel for more awesome content. Join the family, guys. Let's go on our investor journey together. So today we're going to be doing a video about Churchill Capital. Is Churchill Capital stock a good buy at $29.84? Should you take the risk and invest in Churchill Capital? Is it worth the overall risk in itself? I hope to answer all those questions for you guys by the end of the video. Now, if we take a look at it from a bigger perspective here, what is the big hype behind Churchill Capital? It's just a blank check company. Looking at the 1 year chart together, this thing is up 191%. If we look at the 1 month chart, it's also up 197%, doing pretty well. And over the past week, this thing has actually seen a lot of growth, up 37.67%. And a lot of people are asking, why is this blank check company getting so much attention? What is the big hype around this overall, basically, stock in itself? And the thing is, the big hype around this is its potential chance to merge with Lucid Motors. If you guys don't know what Lucid Motors is a huge EV company that's based out of California. It's set to be the next Tesla. Like, this EV company is going to be absolutely massive, and they actually plan on selling their vehicles starting this spring. Their vehicle is known as the Lucid Air. It's got a 517-mile range with 1,080 horsepower. And the company in itself is set to do a lot of great things. Like I said, it's not no EV company that's kind of coming out of the blue, coming out with an IPO. They don't really have anything going for themselves altogether. This company has factories already made in Arizona. They're building a factory in Saudi Arabia. And Saudi Arabia actually has $1 billion invested in Lucid Motors. So the company is set to be huge. But what we do know so far is Churchill Capital and Lucid Motors are rumored to merge together. And here's the thing, Churchill Capital does have a very good chance of actually getting the merger itself. This is why the company is rallying so much, and this is why so many people are starting to invest in the company. I want people to know right away that it is sort of a risky investment because nothing has actually been confirmed as far as Churchill Capital and Lucid Motors actually merging together. So far, we just know that it's just rumors. But it's those rumors alone have basically shot the stock up over 200%. And it leads people to ask, should you buy Churchill Capital at $29.91? Now, the fact that this company does have a good chance of actually landing the merger in itself, it probably is not a bad idea to pick up the stock just in case. Now, this is obviously a riskier investment compared to a lot of other safe investments. I just want people to know that right away and right out the gate. But the company has seen a lot of volume, and a lot of people are optimistic that Churchill Capital is going to be the one to actually land the merger. But if we take a look at it all together, the biggest thing here is, it's not a surprise that this company has jumped so much just based on the rumors alone, because EV companies are going to be the next thing. They're going to be the next big thing, and they're definitely the next big wave. We saw in 2020, in the midst of a pandemic, how much EV companies gained so much traction and how they were able to sustain so much growth while other companies were not doing well at all. Now, given how the other stocks of the EV startups have soared over the last year, it's not unlikely that, Lucid Motors, when it actually goes public, is going to do the same thing. It's definitely going to soar. It's definitely going to go up. And a lot of people are definitely going to be sticking a lot of money into it. If we take a look at a lot of the EV companies this year, like Workhorse, NIO, Tesla even, and all these other big time EV companies have seen so much percentages of growth that a lot of people are kind of fathomed about. But to me, it's not really shocking because, like I said, electric vehicles are going to be the next wave, and it's definitely going to be the next future. Whatever Lucid Motors decides to actually merge with it when itself, I do recommend people to actually invest in the stock in itself because I do think that the stock is absolutely worth the investment. Like, the company is going to be huge. And like I said, that the fact that it's diving into the EV market's seen so much explosive growth. I'm going to expect the same thing from Lucid Motors in itself. But back to Churchill Capital. Should you buy Churchill Capital? $29.82. Now, you guys have to understand, everything I say in my videos is not financial advice. It's just my personal opinion, but this thing does have the potential chance of actually landing the merger with Lucid Motors. And once a merger is actually announced, this stock is actually going to skyrocket if Churchill Capital actually ends up being the one to land the merger in itself. Like I said, the investment in itself is on the riskier side altogether. So I do want people to be careful when investing in Churchill Capital. But for me, I do own a small position of Churchill Capital. I own 100 shares at $17. And overall, the stock has done pretty well for itself. I've made a lot of return on the overall stock in itself. And like I said, if Churchill Capital does not end up getting the merger, I'm okay with that too. I'll just end up selling the stock in itself. Maybe just keep a couple of shares because, like I said, it's a blank check company. So its overall purpose is to actually merge with another company itself. But I'm almost certain that we're going to be getting merger news pretty soon. Now, I do know that Lucid Motors actually did delay the merger overall. And, this is going to definitely push back the stock a little bit. But right now is probably a very good time to actually pick up the stock, just because we're definitely going to be getting a decision very, very soon. And it could potentially be Churchill Capital. There's a lot of big time investors that are also picking up Churchill Capital stock, which is making the stock a lot more appetizing. Also with the pump of Wall Street Bets, obviously, and a lot of people on Reddit are pumping up the stock as well, thinking that Cciv or Churchill Capital could definitely be the potential merger of Lucid Motors. Now, if we dive in a little bit deeper, like I said, it being a risky investment, I want people to just understand that, if the stock ends up going down, that's your choice of what you want to do with it altogether. But like I said, it's just rumored right now, so we don't actually have any confirmation that there's actually going to be a set merger. Churchill Capital was the rumored blank check company that was actually going to get the merger. We do know that Lucid Motors wants to go public, and we do know that Lucid Motors is going to be explosive as possible. Now, let's do an overall price prediction. If Churchill Capital does actually land the merger in itself, I could easily see the stock going to $50 to $60 without a question, without a doubt. Like I said, a lot of these EV startups have been gaining a lot of traction. This one is going to be no different. The fact that Lucid Motors is a lot more established than a lot of other companies, has a big backing by Saudi Arabia, and is already being endorsed by a lot of big time investors. It's no question about that. If Churchill Capital actually does land the merger, it is the time to buy the stock. It's definitely going to go up. So if it does land the merger, I could easily see Churchill Capital easily going to $50 to $60 without a question and a doubt. Like I said, EV companies have seen a lot of growth. They've seen a lot of explosiveness, and the fact that Lucid Motors is going to hit the market, it's not going to be any different in this specific scenario altogether. With that being said, guys, that's all I really have to say about the video. Let me know down in the comment section below, guys, what you think of Churchill Capital. Do you guys think Churchill Capital is going to land the Lucid Motors merger? If you guys own Churchill Capital stock, how many shares do you guys own and what's your average? I'm always very curious to know. With that being said, guys, thank you. Have a great day.